Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure to be here. And I would love to talk first. Who am I, Carol Gaffney? Why you should listen to me and why this talk is so important. So I'm a Brazilian. Any Brazilians in the room today? Perfect. So normally we have more. And I'm Brazilian. I'm here since 2008. So I'm here for, I'd say, 18, nearly 18 years. So it's a lot. And when I moved to Ireland, I was in the tourism industry. I was working in hotels. So I worked my way up. I worked in different multinationals. If you go to my LinkedIn, you're going to see the companies that I used to work. And I now have my own company. I'm a brand strategist. I'm a brand mentor. And I would love to have someone telling me what I'm going to tell you now at the start of my career. So that's why it's so important for you to listen to what I have to say. I think it's years of experience and living experience. So if I had someone telling me what I'm going to tell you today back then, my life would be completely different. So please pay attention to this talk because I think it's gonna be really important to you. And I have two brands, I have two companies. I have Carol Gaffney as a brand strategist, as a brand mentor. So I mentor service providers, coaches, and consultants on their personal brand, how to sell to premium clients, how to charge high ticket. And I also have Gaffney& Co. It used to be Gaffney Studio, but now it's Gaffney& Co. with my handsome husband, Phil. He's there taking my photos. And on Gaffney& Co., we work with corporates. We work with big companies. We work with their employer brand photo shoot. And also I deliver workshops for teams on how to be the brand ambassadors, respecting their own personality, respecting their own personal brand. And here's my Instagram. If you have any insights today, please tag me. I would love to see your insights. I would love to talk with you. I would love to, and I will share more insights throughout the week. So I would love to keep this conversation going after today. And personal brand in executive leadership. Today, we are going to talk about you as an executive, you as a leader, how personal brands can help you with that. So we are personal brands, right? Since the time we arrive in this world, we are a personal brand. Whether you are aware of it or not, we are a personal brand. Imagine a child that you know in your family, the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they behave. Each child is very different, and they're very authentic the way they are, the way they like to dress. Like I have an niece, she loves sunglasses, and I gave her a sunglass with heart. So she loves wearing sunglasses. She even go to the crash wearing sunglasses. That's her personal brand, right? That's part of her personal brand. So, and my nephew, he loves shoes with lights and he's always like jumping. And that's part of his personal brand. He's always jumping and jumping. That's part of his personal brand. So, we're all personal brands and we need to be aware of it. And you, as an executive, so today it's going to be about the power of your personal brand can move you up in your career ladder. Owen was talking about interview, how you present yourself on the interview, how would you walk, how you would behave, your body language, your mindset. Everything starts with your mindset. And you need to take control of that narrative, right? So meet your future self. I would like, before I start this talk, the main goal for me here is to help you to help your future self, right? Your future self will thank you for being this talk. Your future self will thank you for taking actions. So I would love you to visualize your future self. So I would like everyone to please close your eyes. Don't be shy. Close your eyes. It's gonna be quick. I would love you to imagine you in 10 years where you're waking up 5 years. Okay, so for some people, 5 years, yeah. Yeah, I had this talk with another lady. She said, if 10 years I would be retired. I say, okay, 5 years. Yeah, for me, it's 5 years as well. So close your eyes. You're waking up. You are lying on your bed, right? You're waking up. You are standing up. How is your bedroom? What can you see? How is your furniture? How is the furniture? Go to the window. Look outside. How is the weather where you live? How is the weather? What is outside? Do you have a garden? Do you have a pool? It's an apartment in a big city. How is it? Then you get dressed to go to start working. What are you wearing? Look at your shoes, look at your hair. For women, look at your makeup. What are you wearing? Look at your jewelry, look at your closet. What do you have? Then you get outside, you have to start working. Do you work at home? Do you have a beautiful home office? Or do you have to go to an office? You have a driver or you drive yourself? How is the car? Which car you're driving? Or which car is bringing you to work? Right? Who is around you? Now open your eyes. I would love you to make sure you dress, walk, and talk like that person today. I know it's not easy. For me, it took years to get close to my most successful self-image. But as close as you are to that person today, you're gonna achieve that level of success, right? So make an effort. So today's topics, we are gonna talk about brand authority, intentional image, and brand visibility. First, brand authority. You need to have an authority first. You need to have a mindset, the way you behave. First, start with authority. Then you're gonna have your intentional image. Then you're gonna present yourself in a way that's gonna be easy for people to make judgments about you, the right judgments. You don't want people to make the wrong judgments. You want people to make the right judgments. And image is the quickest way for you to do that. You have to help people to make the right judgments about you quick. And last but not least, brand visibility. How then you can put that personal brand, that powerful personal brand into the world, into your workplace, so people are gonna recognize you as the powerful person that you are, right? The powerful leader that you are. So meet Ruth. Ruth is one of our clients. When she started working with us, she used to dress like that. We photographed their workshop. She's a musician. She does workshops for teens. And we photographed that. She used to dress exactly like that before she started working with me. So picture that. We're gonna talk about Ruth at the end. You're gonna see the transformation. She was very shy. She was very, you see the first photo, she's very, and even like sorry for being here type of behavior, type of body language. So watch out, and we're gonna see the transformation at the end. Now, brand definition. When you hear the word brand, what comes to your mind? Can anyone answer? Can anyone do you have an idea what say? A Prada. Prada. Yeah, Prada is a powerful brand because when you think about Prada, right? What do you think about? Luxury, right? And when people wear, that's why some people they make that investment to buy a Prada bag because when they wear that bag, if they want to express luxury and that they have enough money to buy the bag, it's easy if they put the bag on a meeting. If they put the bag on the top of the table, people are gonna see themselves differently. People are gonna see that person differently. So that's a great example that just instantly, in a split of second, that gives a lot of information about who is wearing that brand, right? But we can think about brand in a way. I love the definition that I'm gonna show to you now. Brand definition. It's from Martin Newmar, the author of The Brand Gap. And he says that a brand is a person's gut feeling about you, your product, and your services. It's not what you say it is, it's what they say it is, what people say it is. So think about that. It's not what you say you are, It's not what you want to be, but what people think about you, what people say about you when you're not in the room. So branding, on the other hand, if brand is a good feeling, branding is an action. Branding is a way for you to control that gut feeling, to control that narrative. And when I say control, what do I mean by that? You cannot fully 100% control what people are gonna feel about you, right? Some people love me, love the way I am. I am a straightforward. I love straight talk. I am a straightforward person. I am bang bang bang. Some people don't like that, and that's nothing wrong with that. But people that I want to attract as my clients, they do appreciate that. They do respect that. So there is no right or wrong. There is just a way of you to express the way you are and to control that narrative. I want to make sure people get my personality before they interact with me. So the way I use branding, I try to um, control that narrative when people look at me, when people interact with me. Brand authority. What is brand authority? Brand authority is your reputation. Think about you in a company. Think about someone that you really admire in the company that you work now. Or maybe someone that you worked before, or maybe a teacher that had that reputation, that credibility, that everybody looked at that person and everybody would see that person as someone to follow. Think about that. That's brand authority, and that is gonna move you up in your career ladder. That's going to make people loyal to you. So know your core values. Part of brand authority is knowing your core values. What are your core values? Is there respect? Is there family? Is there sustainability? What are they? Know your core values, and before you apply to any company, check if that company is match your core value. For example, if a company, if you have sustainability as one of your core values and that company is not sustainable at all, that's gonna hurt you, right? It's not gonna be sustainable for you. It's not gonna be great for your own well-being. So think about that before you even apply to a company. So know your core values really, really well because that's gonna help you to move up in your career, the way you behave with people, the way what is important for you before you apply. Mindset and brand authority, visionary thinking, set ambitions, goals, and and innovate, envisioning future success and path to achieve them. So remember, we were doing an activity for you to see your future self. Try to achieve that goal, try to achieve the level of success. That's really important. Be ambitious, have that ambition. There is nothing wrong, and you can want to make money to give everything to charity. It's up to you, right? But there is nothing wrong in being ambitious. There is nothing wrong in wanting to be successful. And the other thing is resilience and adaptability. Cultivate resilience, and there will be lots of setbacks in your career. So be resilient when you go through them. And also continuous learning. Commit to lifelong learning. I'm not talking about only college degrees or PhD or something like that, but learnings that you can hire a mentor, a career mentor, a leadership mentor, a mindset mentor. I have been investing in mentors for so many years. My first mentor actually was in 2014, and she helped me with leadership, with career, and she helped me to set up my LinkedIn profile, how I would communicate with HR managers, how I would set up my LinkedIn profile. Then at some point, I got people coming to me and sending me DMs, um, those headhunters sending me DMs, offering positions to me because my LinkedIn was so good that people would see my authority and would offer jobs to me. So that is the power of a mentor. I would highly invest. There is a lot of, I know there are a lot of mentors here today. Some of they are talking here. Of course, I mentor service providers and coaches and consultants. But for you as an executive, you can look for leadership mentor, for career mentor. Set boundaries. I love the quote from Brené Brown. When we fail to set boundaries, we hold people accountable. We feel used and mistreated. That's part of brand authority, to set healthy boundaries. So know your boundaries. Set boundaries with respect, but set boundaries. Be there. Tell people if someone treats you in a not a nice way in work, make sure to talk with them. I had a situation years and years ago. Someone was really not nice to me. They were almost full of people. And then I said, can we talk outside, please?" She said, "Yeah." She just was like, "Yeah, okay." And then I said, and then I sat outside and I said, "Can you please explain to me, why did you treat me like that? What did I do to you? Would you like to say anything to me?" And then we start talking. Now we are very good friends. We go out for lunch and everything. She said, and then one of the lunches after I left that job, and she left as well, and we were in different places. And she said, "Carol, that day was the day that I really liked you because I saw your personality. I saw you were respectful and you were like having those boundaries, and I saw your personality. So from that day forward, I really respect and I really, really liked you." So set boundaries. Intentional image. So after you have your brain authority, you have your mindset, everything is ready. Now it's time for you to be mindful about the way you dress, the way you present yourself, so people can make in a split seconds they can make judgments about you, but the right judgments. So your personal image is one of the most powerful tools for telling your story without you having to say a single word. What do I mean by that? When I walk here, dressing the way I'm dressing now, you make judgments about me. It's not conscious. I'm not making. Yes, you are making judgments. We all are. We all judge each other. That's in our subconscious mind. We can't control that. We all make judgments. You all make judgments about me at the moment. The way I dress, my shoes, my hair, my makeup, my jewelry, whatever. And I want you to make the right judgments about me, right? The same for you. The way you dress, you need to make sure people are making the right judgments about you. I remember, I am from Brazil, as I said, and I remember I was in the school, one of the schools I used to study, and it was a private school. We were teenagers, and then we were in a room, and we saw a guy wearing flip-flops, havaianas, and jeans, and very casual, and he was going up to this. There was a little stage like that, and we were like, what is he gonna, who is that guy, who is that guy?" And we were talking between us, teenagers, right, gossiping. Who is that guy, who is that guy? Then we found out when he stood up there, he started talking, he was the owner of that school. But the way he was dressed, we could not make that judgment that he was one of the owners. Of course, he that's there is nothing wrong with that. But if you want people to make the right judgments, you need to dress in a way that represents your personality, represents what your position and so on. So the power of self-image. How would your um, most successful self-image dress, walk, and talk? We did the activities. You'll know the image of your most successful self-image. Think about that. That person is inside you now. That person lives inside you. Help to release the person. That's what I want to encourage you. Release the person. They want to be free. Release the person. So, what your most successful self-image dress, walk, and talk? How does success mean to you? Is that being casual in jersey runners like the first lady here, or dressing sharp in a red suit like the other one here? Whatever it is, there is nothing right or wrong. That's what I'm saying. The first one, she's not wearing any jewelry, very little makeup. We did her photo shoot. She was not wearing nail polish, and she can have a very high she can wear a very good salary. There is nothing wrong with that, right? That's her version of success. And the other one, it's wearing a power suit. So consistency in personal style. As humans, we naturally prefer what is predictable. I on purpose, I put that picture there of me wearing the same outfit for you to see. There is nothing wrong in repeating, right? Some people are like, Carol, I don't have a lot of clothes as you do. I don't have either. But I do. I'm very conscious when I buy my outfits because I have a classic and elegant style. You saw some of my photos here. I have a very classic and elegant style. When people, before they meet me, they know what to expect from me. So, consistency in personal style examples. Steve Jobs, what was he always wearing? Runners, jeans, and black turtleneck, right? Always. Before he went on stage, you knew what to expect from him. Our subconscious mind was comfortable with Steve Jobs. He would always wear like that. So there is nothing wrong if you wanna wear jeans and runners. There is nothing wrong. My husband, that's how he wears jeans, runners, and black top. He has lots of black tops. You never know if he's repeating or not because it's always the same clothes. And that's it. That's perfect. That's his style, right? There is nothing wrong with that. It's Iris Apfel. She was a designer. She passed away sadly 2 years ago, 1 year ago. She was always extravagant, always extravagant. People would know what to expect from Iris Apfel. Seth Godin, he's an author, a marketing author, and he's always wearing those colorful glasses. That's part of his personal brand. And Chris Doe, he's a mentor for creatives. He's also a graphic designer. He's very creative. See the way he wears. He's always wearing funky clothes. People know what to expect from Chris. They would not expect him to wear power suit because he's always wearing funky clothes. And there is nothing wrong with that. All those people, they are millionaires, even billionaires, I don't know. They and all those people, they have the very consistent personal style. And they remember the dressing impeccable and they remember the woman, Coco Chanel. So if you were in a very every time I go to any networking event, even yesterday I was emceeing a networking event. A lady came to me after and she said, Carol, where did you buy this top? People always ask me. And they say, oh, you were dressed really. They always remember me. And in another occasion, I was in a networking event. We were doing 60-second speech to talk about our business. And then one lady came to me on a coffee break and she said, Carol, I knew you were working with branding or something about image before you open your mouth. I said, why? I was curious. I was like, why? And she tell me more. And she was like, because the way you were dressed, you were so like your classic style and the way you stood up. I was not sitting down. Everybody was sitting down. I stood up the way I was talking. I was very confident. So she said, you were very aware of it. So never, if in any of those two people walk into this room now, you are gonna be wondering, who are they? What do they do? Because they are dressed in a very incapable way, right? Brand visibility. Now you have your brand authority. Now you have your brand image. Now, how you gonna put it visible? Brand visibility. Boost brand visibility with events. If you go to an event, if you're invited to talk in an event, demonstrate expertise. Choose wisely. Don't go to every event. Choose wisely which event you're gonna go. Engage post event, of course. And also be photo ready. There will always be a photographer, there will always be a videographer. Dress in a way you want people to see you. And another thing, a bonus tip on that, and I know most of you work for big companies, and mm, don't drink when you go to a company event, please. I have seen so many people drunk when I used to work for companies. I know I'm in Ireland, yeah. That's what I'm telling you. Exactly because I am in Ireland, I'm telling you, be mindful about that. Of course, you can have one or two drinks, but I would advise you for the sake of your personal brand, do not get drunk on those company events, right? LinkedIn visibility. LinkedIn is your stage. Be mindful. It's where people gonna see where the HR and the hiring managers are gonna see you. Be mindful about LinkedIn. Share insights. comment on other people's posts. Be very mindful about that, about the way you present yourself on LinkedIn. Have a professional profile photo. Invest in a professional profile photo. That's your window shop. LinkedIn is your window shop. You need to be mindful about that. Remember Ruth at the beginning? Notice the difference? She is like, she's very confident. She's wearing the power suit, the red power suit that represents her most successful self-image. So now I ask you, are you ready to take control of the gut feeling your network has about you in a way that commands attention, earns respect, and establish you as an authority in your field? Are you ready? I hope you are. So that's me. Let's stay in touch. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, I'll be very happy to connect with all of you. If you have any questions at all, send me a DM and I'm gonna keep talking. I talk a lot about personal brand, so you're gonna see lots of insights. I post Monday to Friday normally. So you're gonna see lots of insights about personal brand. And that's it. That's my website's Carol Gaffney as well. So again, we work with corporates for Gaffney and Co. So on Carol Gaffney, you're gonna see a link for Gaffney and Co. We do team headshots. We do workshops for teams as well if you're interested. So that's it. Thank you so much, everyone.